Hey beginners, let's practice a great beginning strum pattern, a cool strum pattern. I call it strum pattern number 2, I call it drop a 2. So coming up, let's practice. Hey, Paul Zagorski here, PZ Guitar, your virtual practice partner. Again with another strumming lesson here, a strumming practice session for beginners. And this is one of the cool patterns. I'm going to create a whole sequence of these things. This is number 2 in the series. It's called drop a 2. And so what is it? It's down, up, down, 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 up, down, down. 1 and 3, 4. It's called drop a 2 because there's no strum on beat 2. I know it's a cheesy name, but it's a good way to remember it. So we're going to have 2 chords. It's just going to be an AM, an A minor, and a G. So let's get ready for lab number 1. I'll see you in just a second. Hey, you ready for lab number 1? So let's just mute our strings and let's just get this pattern down so that way you can get used to this pattern. Okay, so just as a quick recap. Down, up, down, down. 1 and 3, 4. 1 and 3, 4. Join in. Down, up, down, down. 1 and 3, 4. One and 3, 4. 1 and 3, 4. Down, up, down, 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 up, down, down. Excellent. You know what? Roll that back to the beginning of where we started that. You know what? Muting the strings is a great way to hone in on a new strumming pattern. It really is, because that way I don't have to worry about making chords or chord changes. All I can do is I can just worry about this metronome. Keep your hand moving. Okay, so let's get ready for lab number 2. And we're going to do the A minor and the G chord. Okay, so stick around. Hey, lab number 2. You ready? So let's go do this now. So it's going to be an A minor chord. So that's a mute, open, 2, 2, 1, open. A minor chord. And the G chord is, I'm going to use, perhaps maybe during this this practice session today, I may use 3 different finger positions for the G chord. I may do my typical G chord where I'm using my pinky on the high E string and my ring finger on the low E string. I may do what I first learned the G chord on my classical guitar days, using getting rid of the pinky and using my ring finger on the high E string. Or I may use the rock and roll G, the 4-fingered G chord, where I'm using the pinky on the high E, but I'm marrying it right next door to the ring finger. So slightly different voicings. I may use any of those. I don't think I'm going to go. I don't think I'm going to do the bar chord. I'm just going to keep it open chords here today. So we're going to do this. So here, remember, here's our pattern. Okay, so here we go. A minor, nice and slow. Excellent. Let's give our fingers a little bit of break, and I'll see you for lab number 3. Hey, lab number 3. Same 2 chords, A minor and G, same pattern, but as opposed to what we did before where we had 1 bar per chord, now we're going to split that up a bit. We're going to do down, up, and then go to the G chord. So there's going to be, on the end of 2 is an up strum on A minor, but beat 3 is a down strum on G. So you're going to have to do a quick transition, but that's why we practice. Okay, so we'll do this slow. Are you ready? Here we go. Back to A minor. Hey, fantastic. I'll see you in the recap, give you some tips, and we'll give our fingers a little bit of a break. Coming up is also the Chuck Norris quote of the day. We're back, recap and tips. Man, I think I say this every time. Keep your hand moving. It is vital. That's how you keep making good strum patterns. Keep your hand moving. If you notice that during the practice session, I was actually using all 3 G chord shapes. I was doing, this shape. I was doing this shape, and I was doing the rock and roll G, the 4-finger G, using all 4 of them. And you know what? That's a good technique. You should practice those things. You should practice different finger combinations to make the same chord, because it all depends on what just came before that G chord and what comes after that G chord as to what the best way to play it is. But that's something that you're going to have to determine, but you should be able to play each one equally well. And so keep your hand moving, and if it's still too fast for you, things like that, first off work on muting the strings. Work on muting the strings to get the pattern down, so that way you can put all your CPU, all your mental stuff on changing the chord, and that way you can do those things together. So let's now talk about the Chuck Norris quote of the day. I want to hear your favorite Chuck Norris quote of the day. In the video description, I have a link, Amazon link, to some Chuck Norris gifts that are available on Amazon. Root around. It's fun to look at some of the stuff, the mugs, the t-shirts, the stuff that's there. It's just too good. Oh, I was unaware, but it makes perfect sense. Chuck Norris once won a game of Connect 4 in 2 moves. That's good. That's good. Hey. Hey, if you found today's practice session to be worthwhile, don't worry, there's more coming up in this particular series. Hey, thanks for sticking around. Hit the like and subscribe button. It tells me that we're doing things together, and it lets me know that I'm doing the right thing for you. Leave a comment as to where you're having a problem that I can help, or maybe someone in the community can answer a question. And also let me know about your Chuck Norris quote of the day. I would love to hear it. Until then, keep practicing, and I'll see you soon. Hey everyone, thanks for sticking around. Up over here is going to be a video that maybe you might want to check out next. Or down here is going to be a playlist that's going to have some really good stuff to practice. So until then, keep practicing. Either this one or this one. It's up to you.